Today, I'm going to be talking about the challenges we face as new immigrants here in the UK. Are you surprised? Yes, we face challenges. Location is not easy. We have challenges. And hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. And if you are new here, you are welcome. Thank you. Do me well to subscribe and be a part of this beautiful family. My name is Blessing Oti, popularly known as Bootsies. I am based here in the UK with my family. On this channel, I talk about marriage, I talk about relocation, and I talk about lifestyle. Guess what? Every weekend, we have something popping on this channel. I prepare African food. So if you are in the UK or anywhere abroad, just relax. I got you covered. I prepare African delicacies just to give you an idea of what to cook. Why in the abroad, you can't just be working, you need to enjoy yourself. I also talk about how to source for African food and how to preserve it for a very long period of time. So let's get started. Major challenges we face here as new immigrants in the UK is accommodation. Are you surprised? Yet accommodation is a big deal. Even if you are a landlord back home, here, landlord, they know they didn't send you. As in, they did send you. So even if you have your money, like back home, that you have your money and you want an accommodation. Even if somebody has paid for the house, you can make a big offer and the house will be given to you. But it's not like that in the UK. Here, you apply for accommodation, you apply for houses, just the way you apply, for jobs. You apply, the landlord will make selection, pick the best person, and most times they do this thing based on your profile. Are you surprised? Yes. I faced that challenge when I came into the UK because I came with my family at the same time. It was a very big deal. I was looking for accommodation for like 3 months. I mean, 3 months. And before I was able to get one, and I had the best landlord ever. Well, I'm not saying your experience is going to be the same with mine, or you're going to have the same experience with me. No, you're not going to have the same experience with me. A lot of people, I know people who came into this UK and were able to get accommodation the same week they arrived. So my experience might not be the same with yours, but just know accommodation is a big deal in UK. We offered them 6 months rent. You telling a landlord that, okay, I'm going to pay 6 months, I'm going to pay for 1 year, and at the end of the day, they will turn you down. And one thing I've learned from those people is that they don't send you, even when you come to inspect the house, because you apply just the way you apply for jobs. They will invite you over for viewing. You come for viewing, look at the house if you like it. Most times you go there, we fall in love with the house. You hear the landlord or the landlady, they tell you, oh, I love you. Oh, I love your husband. Oh, you're a couple. I love you. I love you. And you're like, oh, I've gotten this house. Immediately you just turn your back. They know who they want to give it to. So you have to be very careful. Just have this at the back of your mind because nobody told us before we came into this UK that accommodation is a big deal. It is the weather. This village girl suffered. When I came into the UK, my first month was hell because of the weather. Yeah, even back home, I'm not the AC type. Even when I'm in the house, in the car, even when I'm driving, I don't leave the AC on for too long. So I know UK, or where I am in the UK, that's Scotland. I know Scotland is very cold, but I didn't know it was this cold. Nobody told me. Right from the airport, your babe was already shivering. If not because of there's something in me that told me no going back. I would have jejely, had it been UK is like Lagos market, I would jejely go back to my country because the code was something else the day I arrived. Even apart from that, it got to a point I had to cover everywhere just because of the code. You see me, I'll cover my hair, I'll cover everywhere wear my Queen Elizabeth gloves. My son was angry. My first son got to a point, I was like, Mom, what is all this? I used to know you as a babe back home. Why are you dressing like a refugee? I said, this boy, you will not understand. You will not understand what your mother is going through. So the code here is something else. So you have to prepare your mind. Another thing is the accent. Hmm. Here they don't have one accent. They have different accents. So you have to strain your ears. You have to pay attention. You have to listen properly. Even if I don't understand, I try to just, watch the movement of their lips for me to understand. So you have to pay attention because they have different accents here. Another thing is job. When I came into the UK, before I arrived, I told myself I'm not going to spend 1 month without working. So I started early. Once you arrive the UK, if you are coming from outside, maybe as a student on a work visa, if you're coming on a work visa, your job is already waiting for you. But if you're coming as a student, hmm, you have to start early. Start applying for jobs. This is not the one we do in Nigeria. You apply for one job, apply to one job or two jobs, you gotta relax, I've applied. No. Apply to as many jobs as possible. The recruitment process is very long here. At times it takes a month or two. Like the first job I got in the UK, permanent job, not the agency job, permanent job, it took them like 2 months, for them to do everything that has to do with me, like my documentation and everything, my interview and everything. It took us 2 months for me to start my first job, my permanent job. So I advise people, once you arrive in the UK, the first thing for you is to start applying for jobs. That's why you are doing your documentation, like getting your BRP, opening your bank account, and every other thing you'll be doing to settle in the UK. Also, add job application to your to-do list. Are you surprised? Yes. And one good thing is that they have agencies that you can work as an agency staff. Start applying for jobs immediately you immediately you arrive. Start applying for jobs. At least to save yourself that headache of I need money, because here you're gonna pay bills. You're gonna pay bills. So you start applying to jobs immediately you arrive the UK. And another thing is that no matter your qualification back home, UK is not after your degree. They're not after, oh, you're a master degree holder, you're a PhD holder. They are more concerned about your experience and skill. They will train you. They will train you. Then the other one is transportation. Hey God, transportation dealt with me. Their transport system here is very good. But the problem is that we coming from Africa. Okay, let me not talk about any other person. Let me talk about myself. Back home, there's what we call African time. Yeah, there's no African time. If your bus is meant to come by 7 a.m. and you are not there, the bus might come early and you miss the bus, or the bus might be delayed. So it's two-way thing. But here, their transportation is working very well. Their transport system is good. This is where I learned how to use Google Map. Back home, I don't use it. But here, I learned how to use it by force because I needed to know when my bus is coming. I needed to know, oh, do I have to start going to the bus stop now? And most times I'll get to the bus stop and the map will tell me walk 1 minute, because they have bus stop here and bus stop the other side. That's people coming, you join those one. Then people coming back from, maybe people going to the city, you join one here. People coming from the city will alight on the other side of the road. And the bus, the map will tell me walk 1 minute, meaning I should cross to the other side of the road. Now so this babe they walk up and down and the bus just pass. So this, it really dealt with me. So until I was able to catch up, I was able to adapt, and that is the things we need to learn. adapting to the system. Here they have system and processes in place. They don't joke with their policies. They don't joke with process. They don't joke with, the way they do their things. They have standard of operation, especially in the workplaces. Coming from your home country, you just have to have it at the back of your mind that if you like, you know, like, you must adapt. Why? Because they have a way, they have a standard of doing their things. A lot of people struggle here. It's a challenge to so many people, including myself, because when I came in, I have to learn so many things. I have to learn how when it comes to recycling things, how to, just a lot of things that you have to learn how to do. You have to adapt to the way they do their thing here in the UK. So if you are coming to join us soon, I mean very soon, maybe as a student or on a work visa, get yourself prepared. With all these challenges I've talked about, I'm not regretting it. I'm not regretting it. The only thing is just that the UK relocating to another country has really helped me to be a better person. At least I'm more conscious of myself when it comes to time. If my boss is coming by 7, I just know, okay, 5 minutes to 7, I have to leave my house. So I can just walk to the bus stop. My bus stop is just 4 minutes walk from my house. So it's just for you to learn how to do things. In the workplace, you learn how to do their thing, their process, just follow their process so that you don't make mistake. But one thing I tell people is that if you are coming to the UK or anywhere abroad, get yourself prepared and let the book of Proverbs 3 verse 5 be your watchword. Trust in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight.